So we're going to play a little game, a game of math. Today is squat day. It's day 71. But I'm already good. I mean, really good doing 10 by 10 goblet squats with a 24 kg. I weigh about 78, 77, but let's just say 100 kilos total weight with the kettlebell. So that's what I'm squatting. That's 15 kilos per leg. I want to progress to one-legged squats or pistol squats, which would then mean, well, 75 kilos per leg. So first round, I'm just gonna feel this. I already know that I can. Well, things change, but I don't think I've gotten that much weaker. So I'm gonna start just doing one repetition per leg. So 50% increase, it's a massive jump. But this is not my maximal strength, and the pistol squats aren't either. But counting body weights for strength, I'm not moving my entire body. My leg stays kind of still. So I looked up the sort of percentages, averages of limb and torso weight as a percentage of body weight. And the leg generally is about 16% of body weight, and the thigh is about 10% of that, which means if I'm counting that I'm lifting, which I actually am moving my thigh up and down, there's only 6% that I can subtract. The 6% out of 75 is, actually I'm about 77. Let's say 4 kilos. So the weight that I'm moving is about 73 kilos. What's nice about these is that unlike the goblet squats, which are great because they reinforce this upright, beautiful posture, engaged trunk, is that I can, or I have to, sort of round my back a little bit. I can sit down just a little bit lower, so you get a little bit more range, and I can't bounce out of the bottom in the same way. So these become just a little bit deeper, a little bit more range of motion, which challenges and, well, strengthens the knee. Obviously we need some great dorsiflexion. Basically, I want my toes to point as far towards my knee as possible to be able to sit down in this position. It also develops some hip flexor strength, being able to lift the leg, hold it straight. So, yeah, nice progression. It's a massive jump. Maybe not something I'd recommend, but I do recommend it. I think pistol squats are amazing for beginners with limited range of motion. You know, what I do recommend is ATG split squats, because they're awesome at loading the ankle, well, and the knee, of course, but allowing to develop both the range and the strength in the knee, as well as you know, being a unilateral movement. So adding more load onto one leg. Usually the range necessary for the back leg, for the hip extension, is a little bit much, so elevated split squats is best for beginners. Of course, adding weight is awesome in this because we're not only lifting with the front leg, but also using the back leg. So we do strengthen the hip flexors in a lengthened position. So that's for split squats. That's a little bit of ideas about body weight and being more precise. So we're going to get into considering beyond the range, and of course there's a little balance component to the pistol squats. Always a good idea to get your gang signs out, your mudras, get the strength going through the hands. But yeah, what did I count? My pistol squat is pretty much 73 kilos. Okay, so what would that mean for, what would I need to be able to squat with 2 legs for the same? Well, we could just consider, you know, double body weight. But double body weight is kind of triple body weight because I'm carrying my body weight, and then I have like double body weight in a barbell, kettlebell, sandbag, whatever one is using. So that's not really true. So for me then, I need 73 kilos per leg, which means I would need to be doing the double in a squat with the combined weight of weight plus my body. Now my legs, once again, 10%, 6% for the lower leg, that's 12% I can discount. So your body weight minus 12%. This is great sort of mindfulness training and thinking. So I went double of 73, which is 146. Now for me then, 12%, 77 is, well, about 8.5 kilos. So I can remove that from my body weight. That's about 70 kilos. So to be able to do a pistol squat, I would need to add, what did I say, 146? Well, 76 kilos. So 76 kilo squat would be, for me, the strength needed for a pistol squat. It's a little bit more nuanced than that. We talked about the range considerations, especially for the ankle. The ankle is where people get stuck in pistol squats. Obviously, we would need some hamstring range so that I can actually lift the leg out straight. Yeah. So remove 6% from your body weight, double that, and then remove 12% from your body weight, subtract that, and total up to the double of your first percentage. You want more math in your fitness? Go check out Bro Science Fitness, one of the OG YouTube channels. His video on science-based lifting is awesome. I think he says something along the lines of that he's doing fitness so that it doesn't have to be smart. Okay, final round. So you can see this sort of sitting back. I mean, I can sort of my butt down and lift up. And that little range and the sort of loss of balance from having two legs on the ground. That reduces my ability to use the springiness of my white tissues, my tendons, primarily fascia, ligaments, to bounce out of the bottom. Makes me have to work a lot harder and improve the bottom dynamics of the squat. So what I see a lot, this is like the #1 thing to look out for if you're wondering if your squat is bad. If when you reach the bottom, your position is compromised. So it looks something like this. I'm going to go in slow motion. And then at the bottom, this like jerk. That means your bottom position is shit. Either it's your trunk that's losing tension, or your knees, usually the knees, is just sending a signal that this is not good. We need to do everything to compromise, to spread the tension out through the body and to minimize it, to avoid injury. And that's a pretty significant weakness for the squat, because the squat is all about being able to turn around out of that position quickly, explosively, powerfully. So yeah, great thing about pistol squats. I'm going to show you one additional variation that my old sensei Dylan Werner taught me. Okay, it's the switch at the bottom. If you were trying to cheat out the bottom, it's not cheating, it's athleticism. Using the bounce is integral, foundational to athleticism. But for developing tissues, for developing pure muscular strength, reducing the dynamic, what's the word, plyometric component, that's really important. So a really great way to address any weaknesses in the bottom position of a regular squat. Working on pistols is going to help. Just a great way to keep your feet strong, ankles strong, and to build a little bit more balance. There's a little bit more articulation needed, some active internal rotation. Obviously, regular squats a little wider generally. If I stay with the foot here, I'm not going to be able to. Actually, let's try. I haven't ever. Well, no, it doesn't work, because I'd have to be in sort of a middle split. So I'm actively actually kind of squeezing the legs together, and that is the internal rotation component. So good for the hips as well. Anyway, that's a micro workshop. You're probably confused. That's fine. Vitality Lab tomorrow evening is free Q&A, so just join the Vital Man community, homeschool link in the bio or wherever. Peace.